Hello everyone and welcome back to Chai Perspective. In today's video, we're taking you along on day 6 through day 9 of our Turkey adventure. From Antalya and its stunning coastline to hidden canyons, whitewater rafting, historical landmarks and a scenic road trip to Alanya. This part of the journey is all about discovering Turkey beyond the usual tourist trail. If you're planning a trip to Turkey or love adventure mixed with breathtaking views, this one's for you. We landed in Antalya in the evening of day 6 and picked up our rental car from Avis at the airport. From there, we drove straight to our hotel, Crown Plaza Antalya, perfectly located right along the Konyaaltı Beach. One of the standout features of this hotel is its underground passage that takes you directly to the beach. By the time we checked in, it was already past midnight, so we called it a night, knowing the next day was meant to be slow and relaxed. I've added the booking link for this hotel in the description below. The next morning, we woke up to a calm start. We spent some time clicking pictures from our balcony, soaking in the views, and exploring the hotel a little before heading out for brunch. For brunch, we decided to visit the Bimli family restaurant and we ordered the traditional Turkish kahvaltı, which is a classic breakfast spread that includes multiple varieties of cheese, olives, fresh vegetables, honey, jam, butter, and the list goes on and on. Everything was fresh, flavorful, and incredibly satisfying. After this amazing meal, we headed back to our hotel and decided that it was finally time to hit the beach. Using the hotel's underground passage, we reached Konyaaltı Beach, where they also have changing rooms before you step onto the beach, which is super convenient. We spent some time relaxing by the sea before heading back to get ready again. By around 4 pm, we were ready to explore our first attraction in Antalya, Hadrian's Gate. Hadrian's Gate is a beautifully preserved Roman triumphal arch built in 130 AD to honor the visit of Roman Emperor Hadrian. It once marked the entrance of the old city and still stands as one of the most iconic historical landmarks in Antalya. The best part of this location, right in the city center, surrounded by lively streets and countless restaurant options. We wandered through the streets and eventually reached Level, a vegan and gluten-free restaurant for dinner. Here, we tried the vegan version of mandi. Mandi is a traditional Turkish dish often described as Turkish dumpling, usually filled with meat and served with yogurt and spiced butter. The vegan version was comforting, flavorful, and surprisingly satisfying. After dinner, we walked towards the old city marina. It's a beautiful spot, but we made one small mistake. We visited this place after dark, which meant we couldn't fully experience its beauty. If you're visiting Antalya, make sure to come here during the daytime. Before heading back to our hotel, we were all craving for some dessert and found a place called Kral Künefe that serves eggless künefe. Künefe is a traditional dessert made with shredded pastry dough, layered with melted cheese, baked until crispy, and soaked in warm sugar syrup. It's served hot, often topped with pistachios, and best enjoyed with Turkish tea or ice cream. And honestly, this dessert did not disappoint us. This day was all about exploring the canyons of Antalya, a side of the region that most travelers completely ignore. People usually come here for beaches and resorts, but we are so glad that we didn't miss this experience. We started early and headed to Köprülü Canyon for our rafting. We booked our experience in advance through Get Your Guide. Our rafting package included whitewater rafting, zipline, and lunch. And I've added the link in the description below so you don't have to search for the best rafting option. Our experience started at 10 am, which lasted for about 6 hours and costed us 64 USD in total. We didn't opt for the hotel pickup since we had a rental car and wanted to explore other canyons afterwards. The drive from our hotel in Antalya to the meeting point took about 1 hour 45 minutes. We reached well in advance for the safety briefing and to get changed. The experience began with entering the river briefly to get acclimatized to the cold water. After that, we were divided in groups and a professional rafter was assigned to each group. Once the groups were assigned, we were taken to the starting point, and that's where our 14-kilometer rafting adventure began. And oh my god, this is an experience you absolutely cannot miss. The turquoise water and the adrenaline filled rapids made this one of the highlights of our trips. Midway through the route, we stopped for a lunch at a small river beach where there was a simple shed set up for food and drinks. After lunch, we got back into our raft and continued the second half of the adventure. Our rafting adventure ended at 4 p.m. We quickly changed and headed towards our next stop, Tazi Canyon. The drive from express rafting to Tazi Canyon took about 45 minutes. On the way, we made a pit stop at a stunning location featuring a narrow arched bridge over the Köprüçay River. This spot was perfect for drone shots, and we captured some amazing footage for continuing. From the parking area at Tazi Canyon, you have to take a short walk through an unmarked, unpaved forest path to reach the viewpoint. It's a short and easy walk, so you won't miss it. One thing to note, there are no restrooms here, so plan accordingly. Tazi Canyon, also known as Wisdom Valley, is part of the Köprülü Canyon National Park. The canyon walls plunge nearly 400 meters deep, and unlike many canyons, this one is famous for its top-down viewpoint, giving you a dramatic sense of scale. We spent time here until sunset, clicking stunning pictures and flying the drone to truly capture how massive and untouched this canyon is. By the time we were back in Antalya, it was dinner time. We strolled around the old bazaar and decided to eat at Bombay Masala Indian restaurant. The food was simple and delicious, exactly what we needed after such a long day. We were back at the hotel by 10 p.m., ready to call it a night because next day required another early start. This day was all about exploring Alanya. We got ready at 8 a.m., grabbed some fresh simit from a local bakery and hit the road towards Alanya, which was a 2-hour drive from Antalya. We reached around 11 a.m., found street parking and made our way to the Alanya castle. There are multiple ways to reach the Alanya castle. Take the cable car near Cleopatra Beach, or catch a local bus, or walk from the arbor near the Red Tower, or finally drive, though parking can be difficult during peak season. We chose the cable car option, and the views were absolutely incredible. Turquoise water on one side, the city spread out below, and the mountains in the background. At the top, we explored the castle at a slow pace, clicked tons of pictures, and since it was hot, grabbed some fresh pomegranate juice from a local vendor. By around 2 p.m., we headed back down to explore more of the city and grab some food. For lunch, we kept it local with street food like flavored corn, water chestnut, and other quick bites. Next, we visited Damlata's cave. This cave is believed to be over 15,000 years old, and it's famous for its constant temperature of around 22 degrees Celsius and high humidity, which is believed to help people with respiratory conditions like asthma. Inside, you'll find stunning stalactites and stalagmites formed over thousands of years. Our final stop in Alanya was the iconic Cleopatra Beach. And yes, we bought extra clothes because there was no way we were missing a swim here. With its golden sand and crystal clear water, the beach lived up to its reputation. We spent about an hour enjoying the water before changing and making our way back to Antalya, wrapping up 3 unforgettable days along Turkey's stunning coast. That said, our journey along Turkey's coast was far from over. There was still so much left to explore, from beautiful hidden beaches and charming small coastal towns to the stunning region of Oludeniz, home to the iconic Blue Lagoon and one of the most photographed spots in all of Turkey. If you don't want to miss the next part of our Turkey adventure, make sure to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, and catch up on the first 6 days of our trip. I've already shared our Istanbul experience, where we explored the city's history, food, and culture, and our Cappadocia video featuring fairy chimneys, cave hotels, and that unforgettable hot air balloon experience. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.